Okay, well, Life is Strange is, without trying to make a joke of it, a strange one. I have enjoyed most, if not all, of the Telltale style point and click adventure games, especially the Game of Thrones one, which a lot of people actually didn't like, and the Walking Dead ones, which are very popular. So when I heard Square Enix was releasing a game that was a very similar style, um, I was quite interested to look trying it out, and I enjoyed Life is Strange, the original, and so of course when I heard there was a prequel coming out, I was looking forward to that too. Now, me being one of the people that's sad enough to want a physical copy still in this digital age, I had to wait a long time for the whole. I think the whole series was out. Obviously, this is an episodic game, like the Telltale one, so it was a wait for them to release the physical copy, and then it was also a longer wait for me to bother to pick it up, which I have finally done, and I'm very happy I did. Now, for those of you who don't know, Life is Strange one was basically set in I think it's a high school, where one of the characters, Max, the one you play as, has somehow received the ability to rewind time. Um, Now, where the original one, Life is Strange, failed for me was when it tried to be too supernatural. I suppose kind of weirdly, I preferred the parts where it was about the everyday life stuff and the sort of impact we have on those around us, and it sort of detracted from that when it came into the supernatural stuff. So, Life is Strange Before the Storm, this prequel game, which doesn't include Max, is about her friend Chloe and how things lead up to the original Life is Strange. I, from the beginning, I was a lot more into this game, mainly because I think Chloe is actually a better character than Max was in the first game, and all those like complaints people had about the slang that was used, like the young child or the teenage slang that was really annoying. I think most of that was actually Max's character herself, because at least for me, Chloe didn't seem as annoying in this one. So maybe it was just literally Max in the first one. Anyway, and this one, Max isn't in it, so there's no the time travel like doesn't come into it at all. Instead, you have this sort of like arguing like power, I suppose is a way of saying it, which is not a supernatural power. Basically, you can argue with people, try and get your way. You can fail it, so it can obviously the story can work out either way, whether you win the arguments or not. Um, but my point is, there's not a supernatural element to it until they add one out of nowhere. And to be honest, it did feel kind of like jammed in there, just because Life is Strange is known to be a series about, yes, the trials of growing up, but also the this supernatural element, which I'm pretty sure Life is Strange 2 also has. I'm fairly sure. I haven't played any of it, but I'm pretty sure there's a supernatural element to that as well. And I've got to admit that when it happened in Before the Storm, this game, I was somewhat disappointed because it somehow detracted from the emotional drama that was going on, and now suddenly we've added superpowers in. And to be honest, the superpowers that a character has in Before the Storm, I'm not going to say what, I'm not going to spoil it, don't amount to much at all. It just happens in one scene and maybe one other scene, I can't actually remember now, but apart from the sort of like that was weird moment, it doesn't come to anything, and it really does feel forced in. I think it would have been better if it wasn't there at all, because also it brings up the whole, if Chloe knew about other people with superpowers, why didn't she mention this to Max when she finds out in Life is Strange 1? But I'm really struggling to think of other things to say. This is a 3-episode game, not I think it was 5, wasn't it, for the original Life is Strange. Plays very similarly. You have very like standard puzzles where you got to do something, you've got to distract someone to get past them or something like that. You know, the usual point and click, well, modern point and click adventure type stuff. The people like me who care about trophy hunting, again, as it's a episodic point and click game, they are quite easy to platinum. As I'm on PlayStation, it's platinum for me. And same with Life is Strange 1. There's a trophy for completing each episode, but there's also 10 collectibles with a trophy each in each episode. The first game had Max taking photographs. This one has Chloe graffitiing things. I managed to get them all without using a guide in the first playthrough, so that's a new platinum for me. But yeah, I really do prefer this game to the original. I liked Life is Strange 1. There were a few parts that annoyed me, mostly looking back now, I think it was Max's character herself. She just really annoyed me, and part of that might be because in Before the Storm, you do see you do really see the impact that Max is leaving had on Chloe, the character, and I think Chloe herself is a much likable character than Max ever was or ever could be. If you do get the physical copy, I think the only physical copy you get, I think, is the limited edition copy, which comes with the art book, soundtrack, like the limited edition did with the first Life is Strange game. You also get a bonus episode. I'm not sure whether this bonus episode is actually available anyway, but on the back of the box, it made it sound like it was only available for, for this. And the bonus episode is actually a really good extra if it is only for this, because it's the episode where young Chloe and Max are together for the last time before she leaves. And if you are invested in the story of Life is Strange 1, I really think you should try and get that for yourself as well, if you don't have it with the non-physical version. There must be a way to get it. But yeah, I really liked this. I liked it more than the first game. I believe if I had to give a rating for this game, I would probably give it somewhere in the range of like an 8 out of 10. I think the original Life is Strange would have been a 7 or 6, just because there were moments that annoyed me, and it felt a bit dragged. I think maybe 3 episodes was enough, like more than enough. I think if you dragged this before the storm into any longer, it would have actually been, it would have felt dragged out and too much. But yeah, if you liked Life is Strange 1, then you shouldn't feel this is just going to be a tacked on thing. This does feel like a better story, to be honest, than Life is Strange 1 did, despite being a prequel to it. And I'm actually saddened that Life is Strange 2, from what I know, is a completely different story. As far as I know, I could be wrong here, but I don't think it ties into the story of Chloe and Max at all. I'm still going to play it, especially when it comes down to physical copy. I'm hoping there's going to be another lovely limited edition like these two have, because they look lovely on my shelf, and I want to add Life is Strange 2. Anyway, that was my opinion. You might have wondered why I'm talking about this game, which has been out probably over a year now. At least the first episode has. Why I'm talking about it now? Because I've decided that my reviews are going to be about games I like, games I've played, no matter how old they are, and things I want to share that I really liked. So this is late to the party review, I guess. Really late. I'm pretty sure this game was released early last year. At least the first episode. But I really liked it. You can get this on Amazon now for, I want to say, £20. I think about £20. That's what I got it for, I think. So for a limited physical copy of a game that is mostly sold digitally, I think £20 is a very good price. So yeah, that's my review. I just want to point out to anyone still listening that this is the first video on Review or Die for a long time that has been not about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And so, I hope this is the start of a renaissance for your Review or Die, where we are going to have reviews of things other than us unboxing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They're still going to be doing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'm sure, but yeah, we're also going to be doing other things as well. Yeah, this is all new to me now. Doing this whole voiceover thing is weirding me out. Anyway, I'm going to go and have lunch now, so, and then I'm going to go play, what am I playing at the minute? Also, Vampire. I'm going to be talking about Vampire soon, because I really liked that game. I'm really annoyed I didn't play that last year, and it could have been one of my games of the year. But, I'm going to go finally play Hellblade. That's what I'm going to do. Until next time, guys, thank you for listening to me rabbiting on. Yeah, have a good one. Life is Strange 2 should probably be called Life is Unfair. I'm not going to lie, I cried.